Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. I'm Trellona Charles. In the headlines tonight, St. Andrew resident nursing gunshot wounds as farmer claims self-defense. Government seeking to amend the Immigration Act to increase the maximum penalty for illegal immigration. CXC holding consultations on 2021 regional examination strategy as UNICEF calls for change to the design of the 2021 exams. 1,906 primary school students to sit the 2021 CPEA examinations this week. No more toe walking for Hope St. Louis after successful surgery. In our One Caribbean hookup, schools in Guyana to remain closed until September. And in India, tens of thousands evacuated as severe cyclone Yas bears down on the east coast. Coming up in sports, National Netball returns after a hiatus of nearly 2 years. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. One property owner discharged several rounds from his licensed firearm, leaving one resident of Kuma St. Andrew nursing several wounds and presently warded at the General Hospital. The outcome is being viewed as a farmer who has had just about enough. Christelina John picks up this story.
There's an old saying, 99 days for the thief, 1 day for the watchman. Mr. Irvin George, a Sarasop farmer of Hope St. Andrew, says he was forced to take matters into his hand Monday evening. Not being in a position to give much details to a matter that remains under police investigation, he explained that the alleged robber was found on his property with a quantity of his produce. In his attempt to stop the culprit, he was attacked.
I cannot go into details. The matter is still in the hands of the police. So I can speak concerning the incident that occurred at 7 o'clock yesterday evening, who were in my property. Right, and they said I had to take action to defend myself. Matter of fact, he would have gone to court, to prison, probably about 3 times concerning that property there.
And George, who does farming on 2 parcels of lands, says his losses have been great. Last year, over 400 pounds of his sarasop was stolen and had to be dumped when the stolen quantity was recovered. He said he went as far as installing security cameras on his property as a deterrent. However, the act continued. He says for many years he had to do stakeouts through his property as well, something he says he should not have to do for what is rightfully his. It is quite disheartening, he says, for farmers to have to be dealing with this issue of predial larceny.
It's a lot of hard work, sacrifices, right? And you have to put in a lot of resources other than your labor to achieve something, right? And it's very heartbreaking when you put a crop down or expect to get a return from something, and when you go to harvest, there is nothing left. It's very heartbreaking. And I know many farmers are going through that same problem. You hear the cry all the time.
George had some ideas that he hopes efforts can be channeled to deter perpetrators.
One of the things that should have already happened is the implementation of a stiffer penalty to deter people from such act. Right, farmers watch is one of the next thing, and more collaboration with the police and the community, sticking out in people's property every now and again, and those perpetrators would be aware, so they would stay off that buy those produce. Right, I think it's time that they find some ways and means to deal with those people, because if when the people steal those things, they cannot get sale for it, right? There's nowhere else they can go with it, so it may help.
Officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department are conducting investigation into the shooting incident. Police say initial information suggested that an altercation occurred on the farmlands of a resident of Grand Bacalet, St. Andrew. This resulted in the property owner discharging several rounds from his licensed firearm. The accused man, whose identity remains secure since he has not been charged by police, is a resident of Kuma, St. Andrew. He received several wounds as a result of this occurrence and is warded at the General Hospital in stable condition. Chrislina John, GBN News.
After 2 consecutive weeks of record numbers of accidents, the traffic department has seen a significant decrease in the number of accidents. The trend had been broken last week and further depleted from May 16th to the 22nd. A total of 48 accidents were reported island-wide, 44 of which were minor and the other 4 considered serious. One of the serious accidents involved a scooter that was left tattered after colliding with another vehicle at Woodlands in St. George. The RGPF continues to appeal to the motoring public to drive with due care and attention as it seeks to reduce accident numbers by the end of the year. Current road fatalities for the year so far remain at 2. The COVID-19 pandemic has revealed even further several gaps in the system for illegal immigrants to exploit, as well as be assisted by locals who provide shelter. This has spurred government into action to deter such events by making adjustments to the laws of Grenada via the Immigration Amendment Bill 2021, which was tabled in the House of Representatives on Friday. Gerard Joseph has the details.
A bill to amend the Immigration Act, Cap 145, was introduced on Friday to increase the maximum penalty for illegal immigration and expand the ambit of offences. An increase from $10,000 to $12,000 was the proposed change, as the penalty for individuals who refuse to give information or fails to comply with any request under the Act and knowingly falsifies information. These individuals include any captain of a vessel, crew member or passenger.
The first part of the change deals with the captains or persons of boats and other aircraft coming to Grenada, and of course having to report accurately, and if they fail to do so willingly, then the penalty increases from 10 to 12,000. And persons who openly hide or conceal the fact that they're helping people to come to Grenada illegally, or keeping them here past the time that they should be here, they would be contravening that particular section of the Act.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, who is also the Minister for National Security, in tabling the bill said the penalty for those who harbor illegal immigrants would notably increase from $3,000 to $10,000. The Prime Minister said there is an immediate need for such amendments after Grenada witnessed a surge in illegal immigrants.
What we've noticed recently, Mr. Speaker, because I don't know what the reason is specifically, but the police is reporting a lot more illegal entry into the country than they ever saw before. and they notice they're coming Venezuela and Colombia. We've not a lot of what probably Trinidad would see us, but the increase is worrying to us.
He said it is a great cause for concern, however noting that in each case, they were caught and tested for COVID-19.
Not yet found, especially in light of the present situation that we now face with the COVID-19. That must worry us even more than the illegal act of entry without permission. But we have not yet, happily for us, we have not yet had anyone that has been here and was tested positive before we got them out of the country.
The additional fines are bolstered by jail time already enshrined in the Immigration Act. These illegal immigrants also can be penalized under the Emergency Powers Act. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A report by Travel Weekly says Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has written to his British counterpart asking for the destination to be added to the UK's green list. The report states that Dr. Mitchell told UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson that there was deep disappointment when the new traffic light system did not categorize the destination as green, which enables returning travelers to avoid quarantine. He said Grenada has one of the lowest infection rates in the world and has no active cases. Since the start of the pandemic, it has recorded just 161 COVID-19 cases. The Telegraph has tipped Grenada as one of the amber countries among the near misses in the current green list, which may be promoted to green when the categories are updated in June. Turkey, Maldives, and Nepal are expected to be added to a red list, while Israel will be among the green list countries, the UK Transport Secretary Grant Shapps announced.
We have the green countries, which you will have the opportunity to visit no earlier than the 17th of May, as long as you take a pre-departure test before returning to England and a second PCR test 2 days after you return. You'll be able to travel to 12 green list countries and territories, which includes Portugal, Gibraltar, and Israel. I regret the favourite summer destinations like France and Spain and Greece are not yet included. But every 3 weeks from reopening, we'll be reviewing the countries to see how and where we can expand the green list. Red countries are those which should not be visited except in the most extreme of circumstances, where repeated testing and isolation in designated government hotels on return is compulsory. Non-UK residents who've been in a red country in the last 10 days will still be barred from entering the UK. Turkey, the Maldives, Nepal must regrettably be added to the red list. Removing the stay in the UK restrictions from the 17th of May is necessarily cautious. We must make absolutely sure that the countries we reconnect with are safe, that their infection rates are low and that their vaccination rates are high.
Popular travel destinations France and Spain were not included in the green list announced, but Shapps assured there would be a review every 3 weeks. After her story was broadcast late last year seeking the public's assistance to get a much-needed surgery for her feet, Hope St. Louis can now walk, run, play with ease. All thanks to you, the viewers and listeners of GBN. We hear more in this Rena Pear Thomas report.
I know the Lord is able to carry me through. He heals the broken-hearted and sent the captain free. He lamed the lame to walk again and caused the blank to free. My Lord is able, He's able. I know He's able. I know the Lord, my Lord is able to carry me through.
4-year-old Hope St. Louis is thanking and praising God for what He has done for her within months of asking for help. Hope suffered from toe walking, explained as a pattern of walking in which a child walks on balls of his or her feet with no contact between the heels and ground. In December of 2020, GBN aired the preschooler's story as her family sought the public's assistance in obtaining enough money to undertake surgery as Hope's condition worsened. Today, Hope can run, walk, and play with ease as she had 2 successful surgeries. Her mother, Lenasha Lewis, says that the past few months have been challenging, but she is very happy to see her daughter's progress.
Hope's surgery was performed on February 24th at the General Hospital. Dr. Douglas Noel performed the surgery. It was successful. She had 2 surgeries. The second was just to remove the stitches and manipulate the ankle. It's out of cast now. Hope she's running, she's jumping, she's dancing, she's doing everything. So it's just basic therapy that's needed to get her back to, get her to how she's supposed to.
Despite her daughter's successful operation, the mother says she is still cautious.
No, she does not. She does not want help with walking. She thinks she's so independent. She do everything for herself. So I still have my little frights now and then, especially see coming down the step, but she doesn't care.
Hope recalls her stay at the General Hospital as a somewhat fun experience. What was it like when you was in the hospital?
It was fun.
It was fun? What about it was fun?
I had friends and some babies. They put a needle in my hand and I started to cry. Yeah.
That what they did to you?
Yes.
What else?
I was given trouble to take out the cast, so they had to just put me under a CGA and I fell asleep.
What you want?
A new Barbie doll.
For what?
To play with.
To play with? And when you want it?
For my birthday.
When is your birthday, Hope? You remember?
August 3rd.
August what?
August 3rd.
Hope will continue therapy sessions until she has successfully recovered. She and her family had this to say to everyone who reached out and assisted in making her dream a reality.
Yes, we like to say thank you to everyone. I don't want to pinpoint because I might forget some people. So I'd like to say thank you to the general public for their support, their prayers, their contribution to having Hope's foot fixed.
Thanks, everybody.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
This is News at 7. Coming up, UNICEF is urging CXC to change the current design of the 2021 exams, and 1,906 primary school students to sit the 2021 CPEA examinations this week. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low? For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in. How do you know if it is working? We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. The COVID-19 pandemic has left teachers, parents, and students repeatedly expressing their worries about the low levels of preparedness as students prepare to sit the 2021 CXT examinations. As a result, UNICEF has released a statement urging the CXT body to change the current design of the 2021 exams. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, on Monday urged the Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, to make adjustments to this year's CSEC and CAPE examinations and has called on regional education ministers to intervene urgently. In a statement released, 4 UNICEF representatives for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Belize, Jamaica, and Guyana and Suriname recommended that the regional examining body make adjustments
adjustments to the content and administration of the exams to ensure students are not disadvantaged. As a result, the UN Children's Advocates called on education ministers to, and I quote, request CXC to adjust the 2021 exams and to further simplify the content and the methodology of the exams across all subjects and adapt the timeline to the challenges currently faced by the students to ensure equitable accessibility and participation for every student. While recognizing the efforts already made by CXC in reducing certain requirements and making concessions, such as providing the topics for the long answer paper 5 weeks prior to the commencement of the exams and reducing requirements for the SBAs, UNICEF said there are still a number of issues which require more substantial changes and flexibility, especially as the current pandemic context has further exacerbated the gaps in preparedness amongst the most disadvantaged students. The statement said this year there is a higher risk of those students in vulnerable conditions never sitting the exams. This could seriously affect not only their further education at higher secondary or tertiary levels, but their future. In a statement released by CXC on Saturday, it was revealed that on Tuesday, 25th May, the Governing Council of CXC will meet to discuss and approve final examinations and procedures for 2021. By Wednesday, 26th May, a press release will be disseminated and a press conference held to update the public on the decisions made.
Meanwhile, students across the island are getting ready to sit the 2021 CPEA exams, carded for Thursday 27th and Friday 28th, 2021, with the intent of securing a seat at one of the secondary schools throughout the country when the new school year begins in September. More in this report.
The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development, Religious Education and Information said it expects greater performance this year from students registered to sit these 2021 CPEA exams on May 27th and 28th. 1,026 male and 880 female students from primary school across the state of Grenada are registered to sit the exam this year. The ministry boasts of a 34% increase in students sitting the exam compared to last year at 1,872, which was not held due to COVID-19. Deputy Chief Education Officer Michelle Peters-George, who is responsible for the educational testing and measurement unit, says not many changes have been made for this year's exams and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed.
Relax, make sure you get a good night's rest before the examination, go to bed very early, do not skip your breakfast. It is very important that you have something hot on the morning of the examination. Ensure that you get to the center on time and just relax, just have that positive attitude. And I really want to admonish the parents to make sure that they provide that sort of support and encouragement to your students. You know, get them relaxed as much as possible in preparation for the CPA examination. It is very important because at a time like this, they are very much anxious, you know, all sort of anxiety, all sort of thoughts coming through their mind.
Peters-George commended the parents and teachers who worked tirelessly to support the students. She has this advice for both parents and students.
We have accommodations for persons probably who may have difficulty wearing the mask in case they're asthmatic or so. And of course, these students, once we are aware of the conditions, will be given special arrangement for that. But in terms of difference, the only thing for now is basically the mask. And of course, it's normal to have that kind of physical distance between the desk and so during the examination period. So that will not change, that will remain in order, and of course the students will be writing under the same consistent examination standards for administration. Relax, make sure you get a good night's rest before the examination, go to bed very early, do not skip your breakfast. It is very important that you have something hot on the morning of the examination. Ensure that you get to the center on time and just relax. just have that positive attitude. And I really want to admonish the parents to make sure that they provide that sort of support and encouragement to your students. You know, get them relaxed as much as possible in preparation for the CPA examination. It is very important because at a time like this, they are very much anxious, you know, all sort of anxiety, all sort of thoughts coming through their mind.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. The Prime Minister's statement in Parliament regarding the resignation of Warren Neufeld as Ambassador at Large and Consul General to Florida on behalf of the government of Grenada is still a hot topic among the general public.
You got into this big public spot with the government, and they almost have, in fact, saying that the country must change. Imagine a white man coming and tell we must change the government of Grenada. Could you believe this character?
Tonight we listen to the opinions of our online and listening audience as they discuss the Prime Minister's statements.
My beef is you're inviting people into your country only to insult them. Other prospective investors are watching and listening. Minister's statement in Parliament could have serious implications for the country. It was condescending behavior and it was atrocious. This is a diplomatic role and that should have been handled by Foreign Affairs and not by the PM washing his dirty linens in public.
The Prime Minister spoke of 3 strikes. I would like him to explain, and he needs to explain to the population, what does a strike constitute in terms of CBI lingo. What is a strike? And for somebody who has 3 strikes, what are the first 2? What was the third one? Who else have strikes waiting to be out? What is happening in that program?
Whenever you speak, words matter. So when the Prime Minister addressed an ambassador of Grenada, that white man can come and tell us what to do, unquote. I think the Prime Minister is rude and will wait for Parliament to lambaste individuals who don't agree with him. If we want to open for tourism, it's the same white people we depend on to bring foreign currency into our economy. I think the PM needs to apologize to Grenada and tourism sector in Parliament. The Prime Minister has to know his place. He can't go to the people's house where he should be doing the people's business and not insulting Grenadians or foreigners. I think the PM went too far this time, and if he's tired of running the country, he should call an early election.
We live among people who do not look like us. For example, the Chinese who do all kind of things, they do not look like us. People in Parliament do not look like us. As a matter of fact, Mr. Simon still don't even sound like us. We have no problem with people who do not look like us. We have problem with people who probably don't like us or who don't deal with us properly. The people in the IMF and all kind of thing who give us grants, and I think they do not look like us. We deserve an apology.
That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN Eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
In
tonight's ISOG, we feature a twin carrot planted and uprooted by Wilberg of St. David. According to our citizen journalist, this crop struck him as an odd way for a carrot to grow. Over the past year, we have received countless submissions of fruits and vegetables grown abnormally together. So this new addition to the family of photos and videos comes as no surprise to the GBN team. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Senator Terry Noel speaks about his political future, and a financial consultant shares the benefits of using a credit card. This is News at 7.
See the savings with Spice Isle Optical. Don't break the bank to get your focals. Classy, affordable eyewear. Service optimal. Our experienced technician works like a magician. Trust your sight with our company's vision, where your satisfaction is ever our mission. Mobile services, family packages, economical prices. Spice Isle Optical is where the deal is. Spice Isle Optical is located in Queen's Park, St. George's. For more information, contact us at 449-1588 or 440-0353.
Hey, all you want more madness? Sunday, May 30th. The deal or no deal madness continues in May. Get ready for another massive waggity virtual bingo. And here now, this time you can win not 10, wait for it, US $15,000. $15,000 US up for grabs. Here's the best part. For 1 week, tickets will be sold at $10 US. Now that's a massive deal. But after, tickets will cost $15 US. No deal.
No deal.
So the question is, are you going to take the deal?
Mom, take the deal.
Wait now, partner, we ain't done. Cause coming to shell down the bingo. Get ready for a live performance from Grenada's hot sensation, Little Jello. Why not, Ginger? Don't run from me. Remember, if you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, May 30th is no ordinary Sunday. Get ready for Waggity Virtual Bingo.
Deal or no deal?
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Welcome back. Former Senator Terry Noel, in an exclusive with GBN, has hinted at the possibilities his future may take following his resignation last week to take up full-time involvement in the Grenada movement as it transitions into a political party. Gerard Joseph has been speaking to the former senator in regards to his future in TGM.
As a member of the Grenada movement, Terry Noel says he will continue his involvement in building the relatively new organization. With a background in political science, Noel says he is interested in doing more political campaigning at the community level now that TGM is transitioning towards a political party.
I'm going to be in the community doing the necessary work, talking to people and so on, and looking to educate people on the movement and the Grenadian politics in going forward for the future for Grenada.
He says the possibility exists with him offering to be a candidate or caretaker to run at the parliamentary level.
But you know, it is a democratic process, and so you know people could challenge. But I definitely would be putting my hat in the ring. The possible caretaker or candidate, whatever you want to call it.
Noel was one of the 3 senators selected by opposition leader Tobias Clement last year. An opportunity, he says, was a great experience.
And let me say, there is no bad blood between me and the opposition leader. It's just a matter that is a transitional point in my political life. And I see it fitting that at this time, make the move with the TGM, because I believe the TGM is going to be a viable alternative in Grenadian politics going forward from here on.
Noel reiterates that he believes that TGM will play a pivotal role in changing the direction of Grenadian politics that led to his decision, noting the need to have a society that recognizes the rights of all citizens. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Credit cards are often shunned upon because of negativity presumed about them surrounding debt and misuse. A financial consultant is saying don't let the negative reports deter you, as those cards have proven to be quite beneficial to anyone.
Card to which charges are made against a line of credit instead of the account holder's cash deposits. When someone uses a credit card to make a purchase, a balance is made to that person's account, which must be paid off each month. Financial consultant Tarly Francis views the credit card as a tool that can be beneficial to anyone, though it can be misused by some and has often led to irresponsible behaviors. This, he says, is solely based on the cardholder's responsibility.
The credit card is a tool that can benefit everybody. I wouldn't leave out anybody at all. Any person who is creditworthy enough to get from the eyes of the bank a helping hand with credit on a credit card, I think could enjoy the benefit and should really enjoy the benefit as far as they need. Yes, it requires personal discipline when it comes to spending. It requires us to have a sense of purpose when we swipe in the card, as we see. But that sense of purpose, everybody can have it. Rich, poor, adult, youth, single, married, employed, retired, anybody can have that, right? With a few of the money management tips that we share here, I think under your belt is good enough for you to already start taking control of your spending habits and being able to take out a credit card.
Francis says the negative reputation assumed about credit cards is usually from people who poorly manage their money.
Now, what happened and why credit card end up with such a bad reputation is that we are very strong on spending with the credit card, but very weak on repaying with a credit card. And that is really the problem. Now, whenever you repay a credit card, what you are doing is this. You're doing two things. Number one, you're actually repaying the money you borrowed. And number two, you open back up the credit line so it's available to you again. And these two things you do. If you're strong on that, then you don't end up with the horror stories of credit card.
Francis says one of the most important steps to owning a credit card is choosing the right one. While appearing on GBN's Good Morning Grenada, he recommended candidates acquire a card that suits their spending and meets their financial goals. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Notice is hereby given that the 92nd Annual General Meeting of the Grenada Building and Loan Association will be held virtually, as well as at Knox House, Granitang Road, St. George, on Thursday, May 27th, commencing at 4 p.m. COVID-19 protocols are established. In keeping with the COVID-19 protocols, limited seating is available. Shareholders are required to RSVP their attendance by contacting the association's office at telephone number 440-2108 or WhatsApp in 459-2103 or email info@grenadabla.com. That's info@grenadabla.com. Given the risk of COVID-19, shareholders are encouraged to attend the meeting virtually. Virtual meeting details will be made available prior to the meeting. Copies of the director's report and financial statements may be obtained by members upon application to the executive director at the office of the association or via email.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
This is the weather for tonight and the next 3 days. Tonight's minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius. The weather will be partly cloudy and breezy with few light isolated showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory is in effect. Tides low at 8:15 p.m., high at 2:25 a.m. On Wednesday, the weather will be mostly fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at night, with some light to moderate early morning showers. On Thursday, the weather will be partly cloudy and windy with some light to moderate morning and nighttime showers. On Friday, the weather will be mostly fair and breezy with few light, isolated showers. Good evening, sporting fans. The long-awaited return of a national netball tournament is just a few days away as the Grenada Netball Association puts on Netball Grenada Jamboree 2021. It will be the first event since 2019 and the first being put on by the new executive. The Netball Grenada Jamboree is scheduled for Saturday at the Tantine Netball Complex from 5 p.m. According to the event organizers, there are approximately 13 teams competing in an A and B division. A knockout competition is scheduled at the opening, followed by an official game. Top strikers male against jet setters. Games after the opening would be done on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. weekly until the end of the tournament. Moving on to football, Hurricanes SC remain unbeaten and sit at the top of the table in the GFA Premier after the third week of competition. Hurricanes SC, which is one of the only teams to play an opening day, defeated Shantimel FC 3-0 to make it 3 consecutive victories and garnering 9 points. The highlighted match of weekend was between Giants Hard Rock FC and Paradise FC International, which ended in a draw, both teams unable to score. Saab Spartans SC outplayed Wagiti Knockouts champion FC Camahan in a 1-0 showline, which with St. John Sports defeated Eagles Super Strikers 2-0. Queen's Park Rangers FC also cruised to victory over opponents Monktrich SC with the match ending 4-1. Morne Rouge was the site for this weekend's 7 vs 7 GFA Women's League as the countdown to the next round approaches. Boca Juniors, unbeaten and sitting third on the standings, defeated Paradise FCB 14-3 as they seek to qualify for the semi-finals. GBSS FC outscored RGPF St. Forces 6-2, while at the top of the table, Queen's Park Rangers dominated 5 Stars in a one-sided showdown, which ended in 22-0. Paradise FCA, sitting in second, won its encounter 6-0 over FC Camahan. Over the weekend, athletics was in its glory, minus the fans at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, as the Grenada Athletics Association put on the Whitsuntide Games. Several athletes achieved personal accolades, one of them being Chefonia Houston, who broke the under-17 girls 400-meter record in a time of 57.85. There was also keen competition among the athletes, with the tension palpable in some of the races. Here are some race highlights.
And they're off. Who's going to make the early running? On the outside in lane 5, it's Shefana Houston already gone past Alian Gidhari. Trailing in the back is Kadeen on the inside in lane 3, but there goes Shefana Houston going down the back stretch, running away with this one, looking good, pumping, trying to get a good time this time, while the others are pedestrian in the back towards the back. And there goes Shefana. She's approaching the 200-meter mark now, and she's running. I think she's running against the clock here. She's not in competition with the field, running away. Her bags are packed. She's on the turn, getting closer to 150, and you can't even see the other athletes in the frame. And here she goes on the turn, coming off slingshot towards now, and here comes Kadeen trying to close the gap, but no one's going to be catching her. It's Shefana Houston all the way, running away with this one, pumping hard, eyes focused towards the finish line, and she's going to win this one comfortably and running away. A good time. Would she get under 1 minute to jump yet? But the athlete in lane 4 looks like he's catching up and running well, and that's Gamali Felix. Of course, you know he's already posted a time of 46.20, so he's looking good and moving away. He's already made up the stab on everybody on the 200-meter mark now. They're coming around the bend, and there goes Gamali Felix, and the ace athletes are trying to stay tech and tech with him, especially Kutain, and they go on the bend, and here they're coming off the turn now. In the lead, it's Gamali Felix, and he's right there. He's out front, pumping hard, looking well, high stepping, and here comes who's put in from AC. Would he catch him? No, Gamali Felix is right there.
Look at the athlete from SCRC. That's athlete number 236. She has the lead and she's running away from them. That's Ruth Young. It's going to be close. Chocolates is also finishing well and she's coming on to. She's running away from them. The athlete.
They're off and running. And who's making the early run in there? And it's Olivier on the outside, in lane 2. He's running away with this one. Running and coming to the line. He's really catch him. No. And they're off. Who wants it? No. And here comes Leslie. There goes James and Leslie. Leslie is closing the gap. They're getting there. Leslie's closing the gap on James as they come towards the turn. And there goes Leslie and Carvon James. Neck and neck as they come up the turn. Battling down the stretch. Who wants it more? Leslie's pumping hard, keeping his form. And there goes Carvon James. He's running ahead, looking towards the sky. Will he get there? Will he come back at Leslie? He's coming back at him. Will he catch him? There's on the line.
That's it for sports. Original segment is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. As a result of the current COVID-19 situation, all schools in Guyana will remain closed for the remainder of the academic year. Minister for Education Priya Manik Chand said the decision was taken following guidance from the Ministry of Health.
For all classes across the country, we are going to remain closed for the remaining days in May and months of June, July, and August. We expect, therefore, to be able to reopen schools in September of 2021 to every grade level, and we will work very hard to make sure that happens.
She said the ministry is determined to deliver all state exams as requested by parents and students.
If CXC changes their date, it could impact significantly on our NGSA, but I want to assure you now that we heard parents and teachers and students when they said that they would be ready for those exams in August, and we are going to fight very hard to try to deliver those exams efficiently and smoothly.
The 74th World Health Assembly held Monday brought together the world's foremost minds on the COVID-19 pandemic. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown addressed the gathering and highlighted the pressing need for vaccine equity as the region aims to achieve herd immunity.
It should distress us all that of the 1.6 billion vaccines already administered globally, over 50% have gone to wealthy countries, while low-income countries and vulnerable states have received minuscule amounts. Vaccine equity is critical to achieving global herd immunity and to contain the emergence of more deadly and debilitating COVID-19 variants. This ignoble system of vaccine apartheid must end and end now.
Internationally, tens of thousands of people are being evacuated from 2 states in India as severe cyclone Yas bears down on the east coast. It is likely to come ashore on Wednesday and is the second cyclone to hit the country in just over a week. Al Jazeera's Charles Stratford reports.
Tropical cyclone Yas is approaching the coast of Bengal in northeast India fast. Meteorologists say very warm sea temperatures will intensify the storm's power in the coming hours. They say wind speeds could reach up to 150 kilometers an hour. Some coastal areas are already flooded by the storm's surge. Emergency services are trying to organize evacuations. Leave your homes and property now. Civil defence teams are here, shouts this man. Families have found shelter in schools and government buildings away from the shore.
In these areas near Chandpur, there has been a rise in the seawater levels from Tuesday morning. The water from the sea has entered our village in many places, and the officials from the disaster management teams are trying to cut channels to remove the seawater. On Monday night, most residents from the low-lying areas of the village have been moved to safer locations.
India's meteorological department said early Tuesday that the storm was approximately 320 kilometers away from the coast of West Bengal and expected to make landfall on Thursday. It warns a storm surge could flood coastal areas in Odisha and Kolkata with up to 4 meters of water. India's National Disaster Response Force says it has put on standby 112 emergency teams to help with evacuations. This will be the second powerful cyclone to hit India in the last 10 days. More than 100 people were killed by a cyclone that hit the state of Gujarat in northwest India earlier this month. Powerful storms are common during the monsoon season, but safety procedures this year are expected to be especially challenging as India suffers a huge surge in COVID-19 infections. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. And now to recap tonight's headlines. St. Andrew resident nursing gunshot wounds as farmer claims self-defense. Government seeking to amend the Immigration Act to increase the maximum penalty for illegal immigration. CXC holding consultations on 2021 regional examination strategy as UNICEF calls for change to the design of the 2021 exams. 1,906 primary school students sit in the 2021 CPEA examinations this week. No more toe walking for Hope St. Louis after successful surgery. In our One Caribbean Hookup, schools in Guyana to remain closed until September. And in sports, national netball returns after a hiatus of nearly 2 years. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and the YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Trellona Charles. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.